I am live. Yay! Good for me. Hey, good for you. You're finding a recording of this on YouTube. I just shoved some soup down my face and it's stuck in my throat. So I'm having a hard time talking, as you can tell. But if you're watching this recording, know that it is 1:02 and we will not start for 3 minutes. We're going to start pretty promptly, however. And in the meantime, I'm going to go post our link to this exciting broadcast on our website. Website is jollyrogerukulele.com. You should come and hang out with us and learn to play ukulele or harmonica or guitar or whatever it is that involves you producing music instead of consuming music, and you will be very proud and happy at what you do. We don't take ukulele the way we do it in a much more complicated way than other people are doing it in our world. Not that they're doing it wrong, but we make it as weird and complicated as possible to keep us from running around like a bunch of crazy people and doing, going outside. Let's see here. All right, link is set up. We're working good. Now what I do is I wait for everybody to come rushing in here. We're playing a lot of good music this week. This is the week of best music for a quarantine. So we took every song that we've done for the last 6 months or so, and I said, which songs did you like the best? And then I took those songs that were voted the most, and they are what we're playing this week. Today we are playing, I gotta roll down and see what we're doing. We're gonna play Feeling Groovy, 5'2", Imagine, Moon River, and Summertime. And we're going to play them poorly because we've only played, this is it. This is the only time we played them since we originally played them months ago. A lot of these people are going to kill it. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, I am such a great player now. But for me, I'm intending on it going kind of poorly because I haven't had a chance to warm up. So let's see. What did I say? The Feeling Groovy. I remember this one being hard. Meanwhile, people are logging in here like mad. I'm going to go say hi to a bunch of them. When you log in, when you come to these workshops, if you log in, you can use the chat room, right? If you're logged into Gmail or YouTube, you can use the chat room. But if you want to just hang out here in the widget, perfectly fine. I think you guys see the widget here. I see it right here. There's 23 people are here, which is exciting. All right, let's find out let's find out now who they are. Laurel is here. She says it's fun. She is crazy. She has a distorted notion of what fun is, I'm afraid. Valerie is here. Valerie is spending a lot of time with me these days. She's taking guitar lessons, not guitar. She's taking harmonica lessons and ukulele lessons. She's burning the candle at both ends. Carol is here. Carol is first day this week. I was off Monday and Tuesday, so this is a weird week. So so glad you're here, Carol. Carol lives right over there. She lives up in the mountains. Vic is here. Vic is living in Eugene, Oregon. They have fires going all around where she lives, and the sky is orange, and they might have to evacuate and all this scary stuff. So glad you're here, Vic. Evelyn here from Ecuador. Terry in from Denver. Terry sent me an email today, and I didn't have a chance to look at it yet. Red is here. We don't take ukulele lightly. We take this lovely, cute little instrument, and we make it as hard as possible. That's what we do. That's our function. Well, I don't know why we do that, but we do. Lindy is here. Lindy has been logging in a lot of hours with me as well. Good to see you. Fran is here. She's from SoCal, probably out and getting ready to go out on her surfboard. Kathy is here. Kathy is a legit music teacher. I always feel like I have to teach better when she's around. Good to see you, Kathy. Sandy's in from Upper Michigan. Renee is in. She's from Lakewood. I grew up in Lakewood. I don't know. I probably picked on her when we were kids, although she's probably much younger than I am. Jacqueline. Jacqueline is here. Jacqueline, I think, you're from Denver, if I remember right. Jerry is here. She's from just north of Lakewood over there. Cindy is here. She's from just south of Lakewood. Manette is in. She's from Glenwood Springs. We had a terrible fire up there earlier this year, and so she's they got it out finally, I think, or at least it's not on the news anymore. But it's hard to fill out. The news is all day long. But she's back. It's good to have you, Manette. Linda is in from Pueblo West. Okay, there's Pueblo bad and Pueblo good, I think, and those of us from Denver, we just round off Pueblo to the whole thing is bad, but Linda is in the good part of the bad part of the state, I guess. Yeah, Gary and Diane from Southern Washington. Do I have an arrangement for smoke gets in your eyes? Do I have an arrangement for smoke gets in your eyes? It's yes, I do. It seems like a very poorly timed opportunity to put that out, but possibly, right, Gary? I'm trying to decide if that is hilarious or really not funny. One of the two. I think it's hilarious, but yeah, smoke gets in our eyes, right? Jeez Louise, this whole California is in such a mess right now. Washington is got a bunch of fires, Oregon, the whole thing, and yeah, the smoke is getting in our eyes. I do have arrangements of that, and that's funny, Gary. Pauline is here. She's from the Bay Area. It's absolutely terrible out there. Chris is here. Hi, Chris. She's from out west here. Jack is in from Illinois, and he hangs out with Barbara. Barbara is probably always like, please, please, please don't include me in with Jack. Let's see. Cold and dreary in Chicago. Yeah, Chicago, right? You gotta be brave to live there. Vic, smoke is in your eyes for sure. Cindy, hope all is well in Eugene. Yeah, Cindy knows. Cindy's spent a lot of time up in Oregon. Amy is here. She's from Denver. Annie is here. She's also from Denver. So welcome in, everybody. We have a lot of work to do today, so let's get going. We're going to start with Feeling Groovy. And as I'm looking through my old sheet music, and guys, I do apologize. I did not have a chance to even look at the music today until this moment. So hopefully I wrote it well enough where I can play it. I'm trying to think if there's anything really nasty going on here. I've got some notes in. All right, so my only note on here looks to be at measure 27. I'm dappled and drowsy and ready to sleep. I've got my fingering written in there, so hopefully you, if you had a chance to warm up on this just a little bit, you had a chance to look at the fingering on that. This is a one-shot, best shot kind of song. We just played from the top to the bottom. Remember the way Simon and Garfunkel did it? Dun, 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 dun. So they did it at kind of a quick pace. I think with as complicated as the song is, we'll probably play it at quite a bit slower pace. But let's take a look at it and see what we come up with. Excuse me, I apologize. Linda is here from Littleton. Cindy, yeah, right. Okay, so let's give it a try. I remember the intro. Okay, so da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. We all have the same thing. So let's play that. One, just the first four measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so da-dum, right, you got that. Now, then when we go on, let's run through, just talk chords. If those of you guys who are singers, you got a G chord, okay? And then you would hit that chord, slow down, you, E minor, move too fast. G chord, gotta make the morning last, just kicking down the cobblestone, looking for fun and feeling groovy. So pay attention to where those the chords show up. You're going to be strumming on rests, and you're also going to be like measure 12. You're going to be coming in a little bit late on that D chord, feeling groovy. You want to come in a little bit late on that, and then that rotation of G chord, D chord, E minor, D. That's going to go on and on and on through the whole song. And so the chords themselves are probably at you guys' level pretty doable, and they don't really change. So it's really a sort of a 4-chord song, sort of, and mostly a 3-chord song. Maybe it is a 3-chord song. G's, D's, and E minors. Is that it? Well, good for them. A nice 3-chord song. It should be way easier to play if it's 3 chords, right, guys? All right. Now I'd like to go through and play the lyric line. I want to start at measure 5 just to make sure that those of you who aren't from the olden times, know how the melody goes. We'll start with measure 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 0, 2, 3, 0, 2. Rest. 2, 2, 3, 0, 2, 0, 0, 5. 0, 2, 3, 0, 2, 3, 0, 2. 2, 2, 3, 0, 2, 0, 0, 9, 5. Yeah, that's hard to remember. You got that coming up, right? So make sure you know where your 9 is. Most of you guys will have a dot on a 10. Okay, this ukulele has it on the sides. Some of you have dots on the side. Those are real helpful. The ones out front, I don't know why they put them out there. You can't really see them anyway, but you should have a dot, some probably on 10. So that helps you find 9. And then that 5, if you're singing it, you're feeling groovy. Now, obviously, I wouldn't sing it for, 9 beats, 4, 8, 9, 9.5 beats, but you want to carry that through. And if you're playing melody and you're going, make sure you don't let off that 5 for a while. Make sure your string's totally dead before you do it, before you take your finger off. And then go to 15. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Page 2. And again, know that if you're on 9, if you were in 5th position, your pinky would fall on 8. So you're really only 1 fret out of position to get back to your 5 when you're in 5th position. Okay, let's go on to measure 25. We'll do that pickup. 24 is 1, 2, 3. Let's go back through and look at that one more time. It's important. It's all 9s, 7s, and 5s, right? Except, well, measure 28, there's a little bit of first position work. But for the most part, you're going to be picking 9, 7, and 5, okay? I would probably for sure use my index on 5s, the rings on 7s, and let your pinky go up to 9. And then that's hard enough as it is. But the real problem here is at 27, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 triplets in a row. So you got a whole lot of notes in a very short amount of space. So be thinking, dappled and drowsy and ready to sleep. Let the morning time drop all its petals on me. And then let me roll. Okay. But that's fast. Da, 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 da. 1 triplet, 3 triplet, 1 triplet, 3 triplet, 1 triplet, 1 triplet, 1 triplet, done. Okay, and in our orchestra, we stopped using the word triplet because it's not funny. So we started using King Kong. 1 King Kong, 3 King Kong, 1 King Kong, 3 King Kong, 1 King Kong, 3 King Kong, 1 King Kong, 3. And so it goes with monkeys because when we do 8th note triplets, we do 1 monkey, 2 monkey, 3 monkey, 4 monkey. And so we changed it to King Kongs. And that way you can count yours 1 and 3 and then just say King Kong in the middle and it goes pretty quickly. So I'd like to start at 25 again and just play through that. Actually, we'll play through to the end and then let's talk about that fancy chordal ending on there. So from 25, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then you go take that. Now do your chords here from 34. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, big bar on 2, pinky on 5. Okay, and make that one a real glissando, right? Make it last, make that ending. Like your audience needs to know that you're done. Feeling the song kind of goes around and around and around. They'll get lost until you're ready to go. All right. So melody wise, that 975 business is going to be, it's the part you'll have to work on, and then find somebody who knows their chords a little bit. Turn this into a duet. You would absolutely have a great time doing it. All right, let's talk tough uke. Hey Patty, welcome in. Glad you're here. The first 4 measures is the same melody or chords. And so let's go to measure 5. Let's walk through everything and then we'll play it. So we got a nice G chord to get started. And then go right to your D chord. Slow down to E minor. Lift up your index. You move too fast. G chord. You got to. Notice you don't have to move anything on your left hand. Make the E minor, no index finger, morning, D chord with your pinky, last, oh, just kick or strum kicking down the E minor, no index, oh, D chord, stone, G chord, looking for D chord, fun, and E minor, no index finger, feeling, go grab your 9, groove, and then slide this back, groovy. So when you grab this 9, grab it with your pinky, slide it back to 5, add your bar, okay? Then you go right into that chord progression, G chord, D chord, E minor chord, D chord, and then we go back to the song, strum, hello lamppost, what you knowin'? I've come to watch your flowers, bar on 2, growin', page 2. Ain't you got no rhymes for me? That's a little tough one there, right? You got to grab your pinky out from underneath your D chord. And then this is, I think, tough. So when your pinky's on 5, leave it there. Grab your E minor chord, feeling, and then go grab your 9 again. Groove, slide it down. C, G chord, D chord, E minor chord, and D chord. Got no deeds to do, no promises to keep. I'm bar on 7, ring on 9. That's a tough moment here. Okay, bar on 7, ring on 9. Dab, nothing. Bull, use your ring finger on 10, and ring finger on 9. Drowsy, and that's the toughest thing in this song. Okay, I've got ring, pinky, ring as 9, 10, 9 on there. That's what you got to be able to do. Okay, nothing too exciting is going on in my right hand, but in my left hand, I'm working really pretty hard. Got this major 7 shape, and then lose the ring, pinky on 10, and then ring back on 9. Then no ring, and then that 10 again. And then you got to jump down immediately, grab your E minor shape, and pinky goes right up on 5. 03, D chord, 3-0, G chord, D chord with the 5, nothing, We'll grab your 7 again with your 9. Grab the 5 and then the D chord. G, 31 is a G chord. D chord. E minor, no bottom. Strum all is, and this is bar on 9, F shape in front. Now we've done that one a million times. Groove. And then jump back to your G chord and V. Okay, and that sounds cool because that's not finished. The song has morphed into being a D major chord, and you would think, you're in the key of G, you'd think that would feel like the ending, but they have snuck around, and now they're playing in D, and so that G doesn't finish the song. It just propels you on to this next idea. So measure 33, you got okay, E minor, D, and then so on, and then we finish it up. Okay, so let's play it. Like I say, 27 is going to be, that's the moment. You pull 27 off, you win. All right, here we go. From the top, not fast. We're going to get murdered otherwise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gary. Okay. Probably add in a little bit of something in there at 34 to the end. Otherwise, it's just going to feel like you're just counting time. So add in a little bit of strumming through there. I think it'll sound better. Yeah. You guys picked this one. That's a tough one. I do think it could be for some of you guys a real repertoire piece. Like this is plenty of challenging stuff. You're not going to find just anybody knocking this song out. And it could be just a really nice showman piece, because when you get to 27, if you can pull those triplets off, try not to play the rest of the song too fast, and then really nail those 27s through 30, you'll end up with a really fine piece of, not a really fine piece of showmanship there, right? Da 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 da. Strum, life, I love you, right? If you can get that, if you can pull that section off, that would be the section. If you're like, yeah, I really like this song, I really like Simon and Garfunkel, I'm really from the 60s, 70s, was it 70s? 66. Okay, 66. That you would have a really fine piece of music that you could have as a impress people with. That's what we're trying to do, is impress people. Yeah, it's right. Yeah, Cindy's idea is right. It's just a sweet song. A lot of times you want happy songs to be easier to play, but this one's not that song. So this one's definitely going to take you a little bit. All right, let's go play 5'2". Okay. This is Aloha Oe and this song are ours. We're quite clearly written on ukuleles, and we have so little legitimate repertoire that's ours that I always tell people, yeah, learn this one. This one was, there is no question that this was originally written on a ukulele. It fits on here perfectly, and most songs don't. There's no moment in this song where I had any doubt that this was not written on a ukulele. We don't actually know who wrote it. We think Weinrich and Mahoney probably wrote it, but there's not. We don't know for sure, and so it's definitely one of these where you got a free copyright. It's probably written on a ukulele, and we get it. Okay, and nobody else. Yeah, nobody else plays it. We should. Okay. Chords, pretty basic. 5'2", A7, 5'2", eyes of blue, D7, open D7. Oh, what those 5 feet could do has used the fancy G7. Anybody, go back to your C chords, C, and then this thing here is fun to do. You got index on 1, pinky on 5. My gal. I like this because what makes it a plus, this is the augmented note right here. So it's not overdone. Like, it's there, but it's that note doing it. But it's not too much. And even if you're on low G, bong, and you hit that, most of the rest of the chord is going to cover it up. It's really sort of this modified C-ish type chord. And so C augmented add 9 is a very complicated chord, but it's not that hard to do. And it's just this moment you're like, what is that? But it's cool, right? And then nice resolution. When we get to measure 8, you go back and do 8 through 1 through 7 again. Skip measure 8 the second time. And then now and remember, NC means no chord. So if you're singing this, don't strum during those sections, because it sounds bad. 5'2", eyes of blue. Oh, what those 5 feet could do. Has anybody seen my gal? Bum, bum, bum. 5'2", or turned up nose, turned down hose. So don't strum when you're not supposed to. Let the melody player take care of those notes. Now, I gave you the complicated A7 here, which is on 5. This is your E7 chord. We usually do it this way, right? E7. But now I'm going to do middle, ring, and pinky. Okay, and then I'm going to slide this up, and I'm going to put the bar, which is just a single finger on the 5th fret. Okay, so bar on 5, in middle, ring, and pinky. Okay. Now, if you're just going to sing it, just use your regular A7. Now, if you run into a 5'2", all covered with curve, diamond rings, you can do that. Just use your regular ones. But if you're going to try to make this something, you want to use these better ones. A7. Now, if you run into a 5'2", all bar 5, A7 shape, covered in fur, high G7, diamond rings, and all those things. And then, for goodness sakes, definitely don't strum here. You can bet your life it isn't her. Oh my, could she boo? Could she coo? Oh, what could she coo? Has anybody seen? Anybody seen? Anybody seen my gal? And then just when you get to that A major chord at the end, measure 29, it just gives that Tin Pan Alley shebang kind of finish. Okay, let's run through the melody. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, right? 030, 040, 0505. Notice the 8th note there in measure 4. Dun dum. Then a bunch of 5s. 5. Let's repeat it. 3, 2. Go on to measure 2, or measure 9, I'm sorry. I do index, ring, pinky. Now, if you 3, 5, 7. Okay, that's what I do. And then we're going to go 7, 8, 7. Let that ride. 5, 7, 5, 5. Then 5, 5, 6, 7, 10. 7, 8, 6. 0, 3, 4. 0, 3, 0. 0, 4, 0. 0, 5, 0, 5. 3. 5s. 5s. Those two melody notes don't make any sense, so you'd really want to put in the chords there instead of the melody notes. I'll probably fix that one of these days. All right, that's it. Okay, now I've told you guys this before. This is one of my songs, right? I play this thing almost every day. And so what I have here is almost note for note exactly what I play. I've made a few adjustments over the time, but it's pretty close to exactly what I play. Okay, so let's do the tough acts and we'll talk about how each moment and then we'll play it. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Regular F, then you're gonna add your pinky and take it back off. Okay, then A7, you're gonna put your pinky up on 4. Open D7, your pinky's gonna end up on 5. Go to your high G7, just like we did when we were playing the chords. Find your 3, 1 and 5. Doesn't that sound cool at that moment? And then F. 2, 3, 4. I usually strum through that section. And then I want to have that rest. 3, 2, 1. Back to the top. Play with me from measure 1. Rest. Now we go to measure 9, 3, 5, 7, and then you're going to need to do that A7, just like we did when we were talking the chords. Okay, so your pinky finger stays planted on 7, but your chord just jumps up on underneath it. Okay, and then you're going to move your pinkies back and forth to get the 7s and 8s. 12, you go to this D7 shape, A7 with a bar on 5. Add your ring finger on the 7, and then take it off. Strum through that. Don't leave whole notes with nothing to do, right? Just put some strum in there. High G7 at measure 14. Pinky to get the 7, and then lose a pinky. And then again. 5, 5, 6, 7, 10, 7, 7, 8, 6, 0, 3, 4. And you want 3, 4 to be faster if you can. And then you go back to the same thing as we did at the beginning of the song. F, pinky, F, A7, A7, pinky, A7, D7, pinky, D7, pinky, D7, pinky, D7, P, high G7. Then grab that 5 and then your G7s. Strum through these whole notes. Just put some strum on it. It'll sound much more Tin Pan Alley that way. All right, ready? Here we go. From the top. 1, 2. I'll count in 1, and then we'll go. Ready? 1. I usually stop there for just a little second. 5, 5. Measure 18. That's it. I think it's a fun song, and like I say, I've had it memorized for years. I play it a tiny bit different, but basically, this is the bottom line here. And one of those songs where you can play it real fast, and you get a lot of a lot of shebang sound out of it. And I think it's worth the time. It's a good choice, excellent choice, guys. Way to go. Let's see very quickly. Now we got to rush a tiny bit. Let's go look over Imagine, make sure that we know what that is. Let's see, very sweet song. My favorite. Yeah, Renee and I are on the same page. Thanks, Jennifer. We love it too. All right, Imagine. Go grab Imagine. Let's make sure we know how the basics of that. We won't have time to play everything now. We'll have to just run through. And then the question I have is, okay, man, I'm fine either way. I'm planning next week to do some Stephen Foster stuff. Most of you are huge Stephen Foster fans. You've been like, why haven't we done it already? I mean, honestly. But we could, since we've only had 2 or 3 days on the best of, we could do another week with just these same songs. So you'd have a week and a half on them. and then we can have a best of music. These are great songs. Every one of them deserves plenty of time in and of itself. So if you want, we could do next week. We do just some more of these guys and just have a second run at it, so you can really get at all this top 10 type stuff. Or we can say, nope, that was it. We just needed a few days of it. Remind us how awesome we are, and let's move on to Stephen Foster. So, give me some thought. You can either give me some thoughts here in the chat box, or you can toss me an email. One way or the other, I'll make a decision here by tomorrow, so that we'll know if we have another week of this stuff or whether we move on. So let's talk about Imagine. The thing with Imagine is the song itself is not particularly challenging, but getting this little introduction is pretty darn important. Okay, because it's so iconic. So just be aware, if you work on anything, let's do this intro right. So that's what you got to get. If you can get that right, everything else is good. A couple of things I'll recommend. Number one, you have to pick it. You cannot thumb this one and it will not work. It just doesn't quite pull it off right. Okay, it's just not quite what you're looking for. So you really do want to pick it, and you got to get that 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3 at the end of measure 2, and then again at measure 4. You got to get that dun dun dun, and if you can get those in, then you've got John Lennon monstered. Let's see. Hold back, Joe. Yeah, probably not going to do that one, Laurel. I'm going to have to do these. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I'll look into Old Black Joe. Unfortunately, a lot of that stuff from the 19th century is really hard to even think about these days, and probably shockingly wasn't hard for them to think about, but that's the way it was. Let's go on to measure 5. I'm just going to play tough. You guys play whatever feels comfy for you. Grab the chords. It'll be lovely. If you want to play melody, that's fine. Let's see how we do. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just be mindful that you want to do 18 is where your repeat comes to. So you put a little bit of a yellow note there on 18. And when you get down to 37, you're going to come back to 18, not go all the way back to the top. And then this next section is fundamentally a repeat of the section we just played, so no sense in spending a ton of time on it. We'll play it tomorrow for sure. The one thing I will tell you is when we get down to this measure 30, so go to page 3. Let's just talk about that real quick. It should be a daily warm-up, right? Absolutely. Measure 30, strum. And then it's you may say I'm a dreamer. And then you've got this E7. It sounds so cool. You got to get it right, though. O3, G chord. Another E7. F chord. Again, that E7. And the F chord. F chord with your pinky, and then these 7 3 3s, You got to do those well. That's what you're looking for. There's 16th notes. Dun dun dun. And then you're going to go back. That's 0 3 0, and then you go back. I would say on this song, again, the slower you play it, the better it's going to be. You don't want to. Everybody knows this song. There's a ton of expectations that you play it exactly the way John and Yoko played it, which is dumb. But that's what you're dealing with when you play anything associated with John. You have to do it exactly John's way, or somebody will come up and punch you in the nose. And so slower is going to be better. Clean, pretty. All of these chords with. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. Most all of these chords are very basic stuff. You do have at 14, you have the old legendary D minor on 5. We've done that quite a bit over the last couple months, but it's not exactly, it's not exactly easy. You do have the high G7, which we've been doing a lot this week, obviously, with all this more advanced music. That shows up a lot. And so just be aware, I have this major problem with playing songs where you're only allowed to play it one way, but this is one of those songs where you darn well better play it as close as you can remember to how John did it, and because John was perfect. And if you take your time through this, if you let the notes develop and don't rush on to the next thing, be calm, be patient, know that you are creating a new world and a better world by playing it slower, you'll get this one. It's really, really lovely. It's a beautiful tune, and get the intro right. That's the one thing you got to work on. If I'm working on this song, I guarantee I'm spending my time working on that intro. All right. Before we get out of here, we have 2 other songs on our thing, Moon River and Summertime. I'm just kind of gathering over here. It looks like, for the most part, you guys think a second week would be good. So I'm not going to rush. How about that? Let's save those. Let's play through tomorrow. Let's play through the stuff we've done this week. So we'll play through Always Look on the Bright Side of Life, Bridge Over Troubled Water, Can't Help Falling in Love, Feeling Groovy, 5'2", and Imagine. And then the following week, and then if we end up with time to talk about Moon River and Summertime, we will. Summertime, Moon River has a couple moments in it that are just brutal. Other than that, it's another one of those songs that's, pretty nice to play. Summertime, it has some chords in it that it has one chord I'll put in there that is really, really sort of difficult. And we'll talk about that. We need a little bit of time to go through that. So I put your time in on the songs we did yesterday and today. We'll for sure play those tomorrow. If we have time tomorrow, we'll talk about Moon River and Summertime a little bit, and then let's just plan on playing through these again next week. I think this is good stuff. I really like one of my things that I keep telling myself I'm going to work on one of these days. I'm never going to really work on it. Is I would love to stop just throwing songs at you all the time, because I'd love for you to find 4 or 5 that are just yours. You can play them like nobody's business, that you love. And I would say if you took this group of 10 and played nothing but this for the next 6 months, you would do yourself a favor. But that's not how ukulele players think, right? We mostly think, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? Give me some more. I got some more. I can do that. Let me try this. I can do more. And so if I could talk you into anything, it's memorizing Happy Birthday, memorizing My Spaghetti Monster, and then memorizing like 2 or 3 songs that you care about, and maybe we'll do that over the next week. You ascertain of these 10, all 10 of them are legit, like world-class music type things. I think, are they all world-class? Yeah. All these are tremendous songs. Maybe you find one that's yours and just turn it into something important for you. Okay, so let's call it a day. We'll put Moon River on and Summertime on hold till next week. Let's hang on to this group. It's a beautiful group of songs. We'll play through as much of it tomorrow in concert as we can. And so try to have everything we've done this week at least played through and where you're feeling like you know what's going on. And good to see you, Renee. Have a great afternoon to you. And that's it. There we go. If Renee is out, we're all out. Okay. Patty, good to see you. And thank you guys. This is exciting. I love this music. Honestly, I'm like pretty impressed that we can play this stuff. So hopefully you're doing well with it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Get the heck out of here. Be good. Be safe. No, wait. Do good. Be safe. Practice. Oh, I can never remember them all. Practice. Show up. Keep showing up here. You know, you're not going to get better on your own. You won't. I know this. Keep showing up here. And then even if it's the recording, you do something with somebody else every day. Not every day, lots of days. And then you'll get better. And then subscribe and like. All right, you guys. Have a wonderful afternoon. Let's see. Who did I miss? Manette, glad you're back. Terry, good to see you, bud. Lindy, I am looking forward to tomorrow too. We're gonna sound amazing. We're gonna be beautiful. Hey, Carol, good to see you. Amy, good to see you. Jennifer, you're helping me, Jennifer. It's the other way around. You got that all messed up. Thank you, guys. I'm writing books, right? Because of you guys. I'm gonna end up with all these books. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. Got to call a lawyer to get copyright clearance. That costs money. I'm not spending money on a stinking lawyer. All right, Annie, merci beaucoup. Hey, none of the French music made it this week. What the heck? Yeah, the French. All right, Chris, good to see you. Laurel, I'll see you. Fran, thanks. Jacqueline, good to see you.